Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome back to another awesome video, and it's time for some awesome news. And I know this is kind of old news and everything, but you know what? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about D23. I know it was like a month ago. It's like like a month old sort of news, but let's talk about it and everything just real quick because there's some things I want to get into, and there's really big things I want to get into. So a lot of things were announced at D23, and D23 is a big like Disney like Comic-Con and everything. So that's mainly what D23 is. It shows little events like that. It shows Disney-related things, Marvel, Star Wars, that sort of thing. So we got a She-Hulk TV show announced. Cool. Moon Knight TV show announced. Cool. A Miss Marvel TV show announced. Cool. We got The Mandalorian, our first look at The Mandalorian Star Wars series. That's awesome. We got some more details on Onward, that new Pixar original movie. That's even more awesome. I'm excited for that. They've got some stuff for Disney World, the Disneyland, all the other worlds, all the other lands. Marvel's gonna have like a big thing at Disneyland. There's gonna be stuff here for Epcot, all that cool things, all that fun jazz and everything. All that stuff was good. But I really want to talk about two things in particular that are still controversial to this day, and there's still like news and updates going on within the hour and within the week and within the month. And so that those two things are is Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, and Spider-Man. So let's first talk about Star Wars, and we're going to talk about Spider-Man. So Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker, this is being the 9th Star Wars movie, and they dropped a second trailer. They dropped a teaser a while back. People were like, oh, this looks good. J.J. Abrams coming back. Maybe he could fix things, especially with how The Last Jedi ended. People were really on the fence and really on the edge of what Rian Johnson did with Last Jedi. I liked some things. I hated some things with it. It's a whole crazy thing that just, yeah. But we'll get into that another time with The Last Jedi and with the Star Wars franchise and everything else that culminates it. But so The Rise of Skywalker, we got our trailer. We got our first official trailer. Man was blowing up about it. Like, oh, this looks good. Oh, this looks bad. That's the main thing, is this looks bad to people. And honestly, I really don't know what to say. It could be good. It could be bad. Some things just I don't know what to really say at this point. I mean, there's some things maybe J.J. Abrams could fix. Maybe some things I don't know where this is going. This is really going to be... My thoughts on this, like ever since The Last Jedi and ever since Solo, a Star Wars movie, Solo, a Star Wars story, those two movies are the ones that people are like really like hate right now. And ever since that hate has happened, and ever since those movies have come and go, Star Wars, obviously, people have said, doesn't have that same magic and doesn't have that same feel and everything. But with this movie, I don't know what to really say with Rise of Skywalker. I mean, it's got some promising things and some that just I don't know, to be honest. Like, I can't take the facts seriously right now. Like, at first I was kind of a bit skeptical, but now I can't take the idea seriously, like of red-eyed C-3PO. So I don't know. Is that going to be just like, oh, is there like a glitch in the system, or is it going to be possessed? Which sounds kind of stupid a little bit. Makes no sense. I don't know why that'd be a thing. And the big thing that people really are like hammered on and sort of like on like edge right now is what happened with Rey. So if you didn't see the trailer, whatever. I don't think it's gonna be a spoiler because the movie spoiled it already. The trailer spoiled the movie already. If this is going to be the main plot, which looks like Rey's gone dark. She's joined the dark side now all of a sudden. I mean, I guess at one point there was an idea that J.J. Abrams had, or maybe this new trilogy had in mind for Rey being this conflict of, oh, good and evil. Like, is she going to be the light side? Is she going to join the dark side? There's a conflict in her. And you could see that. And you saw that in The Force Awakens. But the problem with her going dark now is The Last Jedi. That's the big thing right now. If you would have, like, let's say if Last Jedi didn't happen the way it happened, then maybe there's still a possibility that maybe Rey could wind up becoming the villain, wind up joining the dark side and kind of really destroying the Resistance, maybe have a different turn in events of what could happen in this new trilogy. Maybe the Resistance is destroyed and the Empire reigns supreme, and that's how you end it. Or it ends where now you got to basically kill Rey, which would be kind of a bit ballsy, something different, wherever this could go. But now that with The Last Jedi, you put how Rian Johnson did that movie, you look at that, and the fact that he clarified that Rey was not going to go join the dark side kind of really ruins things, because it ruins sort of her morality, because she was conflicted in The Force Awakens. But now once we get to The Last Jedi, you see a clear path for her, that it makes zero sense for all of a sudden at the last minute, Rey is the villain and she turns dark. So that really kind of does take, I don't know, that's not a good twist, because I guess it's the idea of, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, like the Dark Knight. But in this case, it doesn't work, because it was set in stone that Rey would never join the dark side. She was never going to be a lord. She was never interested. So it kind of doesn't add up that all of a sudden you see her with a dark robe and you see the red sort of lighting on her face, and then the weird like nunch. What is it? What's the joke now? The meme now with this lightsaber, this dual-bladed lightsaber, is that it's like a nunchuck. It's like a cane, like one of those things like Daredevil used, like those little blind sticks. What is it this time now? Seriously, I don't know anymore. I don't know. It could be good, could be bad, but that's the main thing, and I just kind of want to put my thoughts on that real quick to say, okay, if that's what they're going for, then I don't know if this could be any good or any better than what The Last Jedi did. But obviously, I think the clear thing, because I don't think it's going to be Rey that's going to join the dark side. That's not Darth Rey. I think what that's probably going to be is sort of like a Empire Strikes Back situation, where it's a vision. It's an illusion, it's a clone, but most likely it's a vision of Rey, maybe like a test, kind of like what Yoda did for Luke and Empire, when Luke faced Vader, cut Vader, so he cut Vader, he cut his head off, and you saw the helmet, boom, explosion. You saw Luke's face, kind of like a test of patience and a test of other stuff. So most likely that's a test for Rey right there. It's this illusion, spiritual test where she has to maybe face her inner self, maybe her inner demon. So nothing involving Rey actually joining the dark side. So because Disney's not going to go down that route. If they do, it just doesn't make any sense. It would have made sense maybe back in episode 7, but it doesn't make sense now. Even if they would have done it at episode 7, they would never have done it. Even if they did it with her confused, I don't know which to choose, what's good, what's bad, sort of thing. If they stuck that in The Last Jedi as the main conflict for Rey, either way, Disney would not go down that route, because they're not going to make that risky. They're not going to go that risky. They're not going to go that far. Maybe they would have, maybe they won't, but still. Most likely it's just an illusion. It's just a vision. It's probably just a test little thing that maybe Luke's making her put through, and that's it. But the real story I want to talk about that happened at D23 that's still going on now is Spider-Man. So with Spider-Man, if you have not been on the internet lately, if you've not read a newspaper or have seen an article or anything whatsoever in terms of media, in terms of Spider-Man right now, I don't know where you've been living. But the thing right now is that Spider-Man is no longer going to be part of the MCU. Sony is kind of being, I don't know who it is at this point. There's a weird, basically a weird debate on who started this sort of argument, on if Disney started the argument, therefore Sony lashed back at him like that and said, you know what, just for that, Disney, we're going to take Spider-Man away from you. Or Sony's basically being bitchy then I don't know. But point is, this is getting just kind of sad. This back and forth conflict of, oh, we're gonna have Sony, we're not gonna have Sony. We're gonna have this Sonyverse. We're not gonna have this Sonyverse. Spider-Man's not gonna be a part of the MCU no more. Now he will be. Maybe he won't. We're gonna retcon Far From Home. We're not gonna retcon Far From Home. Venom's gonna come in here. Venom's not gonna come in here. It's just not worth it right now. It's not very like. No one's covering it that much anymore. I mean, there's constant media going on, but it's the same thing like now. Like, okay, like how long is this going on for? Like over a month, and people are kind of getting tiresome. So I know no one's gonna see this video, but let's kind of make some sort of deal where we can have Spidey in the MCU and still have the credit. And I know there's probably media and articles saying that, oh yeah, there is a partial agreement, then fine. But if there's still no agreement, then this is just a ridiculous fight between Disney and Sony, really. It's kind of sad. It's a petty fight, honestly. It's a petty argument. And I don't care who started it. And I'm not going to favor any company whatsoever. In any way possible, whether I like one over the other, doesn't matter. Whoever started this just doesn't matter at this point. Just try and find ends meet, make amends, find a possibility where we can have Venom. We can have Spidey back without this being this weird transition of like, oh, how are we gonna have Spidey out of the MCU? We're gonna retcon Far From Home. We're gonna put Far From Home into the Sonyverse. Is Spider-Man 3 gonna be in the Sonyverse? Is it gonna be in the MCU? What's going on? It's just it's very crazy right now. It's just really crazy. Too crazy for my taste right now. And then that's saying a lot, because there's a method to my madness, and people can be weird, and so am I. Let's face it. And I know some people out there, some people that know me personally, know that for a fact that I can be weird. And could be crazy. But this is too crazy even for me. So I don't know where this is going on, where this is now, in terms of, say, what's the update on the whole switcheroo. But let's not retcon Far From Home. That's one thing. Let's make some sort of deal that you had. Let's just keep the deal that you had in the beginning of this whole situation, when you first bought Spider-Man, but just add some extensions to it. So the original deal was that, hey, Disney going up to Sony saying, hey, we're going to make Spider-Man Homecoming, right? So we're going to put the Marvel Studios logo, we're going to put Disney on there, we're going to put our brands, our property, but you, Sony, are going to co-produce it. You're going to co-write. No, I don't know if they co-produced, but they gave their rights. They gave Sony their fair share, basically. Like, okay, we're going to put your logo in there. We're going to put you in the credits. We'll do all that sort of stuff. And then everything will be fine. They did the same thing for Far From Home. Keep it the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. So do the same thing. Keep that sort of deal. Just add some things to it. Add some extensions, because there's a possibility that, hey, we can maybe see Venom now, Add Venom 2 into that sort of, like, somewhere in there. Slide it in under there. Slide it under the door, like via, like, I don't know, like a mail. Like how people used to slide. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Like you slide mail under the door, or a package under the door, or something like that, of a house, or just an apartment. Like something like that. I think it's an apartment thing. I don't know. But like when you like basically do that with Venom, like just slide them in, like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And right there. I could care less what they do with Morbius. I think it's cool he's getting a movie, but outside the MCU, inside the MCU, inside the MCU would be better. Outside, I guess, still could work. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. But that's that kind of right now. That might be trashed at this point, the idea of Morbius getting his own movie, because it's kind of just like in the air, like, yeah, and just starts to basically deteriorate from like existence. And that way now it's kind of forgotten, and no one's going to remember that, oh yeah, Morbius was going to be a movie, and that was going to be a thing. Because people usually forgot about Black and Silver. That was a thing. Black Cat and Silver Surfer were supposed to have their own like movie, and that kind of basically got written from existence. And they were like, that's gone. because no one's going to like the idea. Not that I predicted, but let's face it, no one's going to like the idea of Black Cat and Silver Sable being out of the, like, not in the MCU and in this weird Sony-verse that they're trying to build with the Sinister Six and having their own films. It just, this doesn't sound good. What Disney had, obviously, working for Spider-Man works a little bit better. And some people say that maybe Spider-Man doesn't need to be a part of the MCU. Maybe he does. Honestly, that's fine if you say that he doesn't need to be in the MCU, but there are some aspects and elements that make it obvious. One in particular being Far From Home. How do you go from, hey, we got that Spider-Man arc's gone, so now Sony all of a sudden has a new Spider-Man actor, whether it's Andrew Garfield or they put, well, I don't know if they're going to bring back Andrew Garfield. They talked about doing that before, but that's long gone. So that's another, like, bright slap away, like, kind of from existence. So that's gone and everything. But if that happens, like, let's say, oh, yeah, that Spider-Man's gone. We got this new Spider-Man. That's going to confuse audiences. And it's going to really just not be just not cohesive, not very coherent in a way. So that wouldn't make any sense. That's one obvious thing. Two is how they end their phase. How do you go from, oh my gosh, spoiler words if you haven't seen Far From Home real quick, oh my gosh, Peter Parker's identity has been revealed by Mysterio, what, credits, and then you go to, like, something like Black Widow or go to, like, the next MCU movie, that's going to be in phase 4, and let's say, like, in the next Avengers movie where supposedly Spider-Man was supposed to come back, you have no, like, acknowledgement of Spider-Man, then there's going to be some questions raised, really. So those are two obvious things. A third thing is not the obvious thing, very sort of like in a symbolic way. He kind of does need to be in this franchise and in this MCU because in this universe, because not only is it because of the fact that, hey, we finally got rights to Spider-Man, we can now put him in our movies, and that was a big deal when Civil War came out and everything. But the fact of, would it still carry the same weight that it does now? Because in a way, with how Endgame ended, with Infinity War, but most likely Endgame, was the idea of when we saw our main three Avengers members. We saw Iron Man, we saw Captain America, we saw Thor, basically, like, pass down the torch. Iron Man died, passing down the torch to Spider-Man. Captain America, passing down the torch to Winter Soldier, most likely Falcon. And then Thor, passing down the torch to Valkyrie. Maybe not those exact characters will be the three new Avengers leaders, but the idea of, like, they basically passed down their what they've left, and now those new people got to carry that out. So sure, you could have Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, all these other characters that could be the new three, like, trinity of the Avengers, but everyone saw the idea of Iron Man passing down the torch to Spider-Man as the obvious choice, because Spider-Man being, like, this young little kid that Iron Man is mentoring, and how much Spider-Man looks up to Iron Man, and how much he kind of, like, in a way, if you really think about it, in some elements, this Peter Parker, this Spider-Man, is kind of getting, like, the way, like, his personality and the way his, like, how intelligent he is, the way he is able to understand technology and all sorts of science is kind of like that sort of elements are kind of almost like as if they're being rubbed off from, like, kind of like basically taking, like, he sees Iron Man as a role model. So he sees his arrogance, he sees his humor, he sees his intelligence and everything rub off, like, his personality is basically rubbing off of Spider-Man. And not only that, but he seems the right fit to fit in a Iron Man sort of spot if we were to put three characters as the new Trinity. So Spider-Man would be the perfect one. And then you figure out the two on you figure out who would be the best passing torch for Captain America and Thor on your own. Some would say Doctor Strange, some would say Black Panther, some would say Winter Soldier, whatever the case is, still. But the main one that's a definite is Spider-Man for Iron Man. I know there's Riri Williams. Maybe, who knows, but I doubt it. There's, what is that kid? I don't even remember that one kid. he was just randomly at the Endgame funeral, and he was in Iron Man 3. I think his name's Alex, or I don't remember his name, but some reason that kid's a big deal, and I'm like, is he really? I mean, we do it. I mean, is he really? If we want to go for like the next gen Iron Man, like literally Iron Lad, Iron Boy, Iron Girl, Iron Lady, he's freak. Tony's got his own freaking daughter to do that for, Morgan. Like, come on, people. So, what is the point of this kid in Iron that showed up in Iron Man 3? Now we see an Endgame. So, I don't even remember what his name was. He just kind of like, I guess he was there. I don't even remember. I feel bad for the actor that's kind of like, he sat there, he stood there, and he's probably just sitting there waiting like, am I going to be a part of the Young Avengers? And Marvel calls him up, and they're like, no. I just feel bad because all this effort and all these rumors and speculation about, oh, maybe he's going to be like Iron Lad or the next Iron Man. Literally, like he'll take the name Iron Man and take that name and take his legacy. And now it's kind of gone from sort of, I don't know. But I'm really not sure on where the news is now with Spider-Man and Sony, but just keep the deal the way it was. Add maybe Venom if you want to. Have the ability that maybe Spider-Man could jump from the MCU and maybe this small Sony verse. If you want to keep Venom and his franchise just Sony only and not part of the MCU, that's fine. At least you can have that idea. Spider-Man jumps from okay, he's in Avengers, he's in Spider-Man 3, he's doing this movie, he's in that movie, he's gonna have like a big contract, and he's gonna go jump over, like let's say he makes a cameo in Venom 2 or Venom 3 or something. That would work fine. That would still work fine. But I just want to make this specifically about the whole Spider-Man, MCU, Sony, everything and whatnot, and just throwing in some ideas of like where D23 went, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Because that's something that happened during D23. We were expected to see something Spider-Man 3 related for the MCU, whether it be like, oh, a title, like what is it going to be, Spider-Man Home Alone? That's the joke, at least, Home Alone, because people are making jokes about it. But it would be a perfect title that fit for this sort of theme right now with the Homecoming, Far From Home, Home Alone, maybe. There's like, what is it? What was the other ones? I forgot the other ones that they said that were possibilities. And I'm trying to picture like fan art too. Someone said Home Alone. Someone said like Homies or something like that. Maybe with Miles Morales. Whatever it is, it's going to have home in the title. And hopefully we were supposed to have something like that. We were supposed to have like an announcement involving Spider-Man, the new Home, Spider-Man 3, whatever it's going to be called, I guess, movie. And then everything just blew up in Sony's face. I mean, Disney's face, when all of a sudden Sony just like, yoink, not going to take that, not going to let you have some Spider-Man stuff. And it would have been perfect, too, because Tom Holland was there for the D23 Expo. He was there because him and Chris Pratt were doing the new movie Onward. And so it would be perfect timing if all of a sudden Tom Holland just goes, all right, we've talked about Onward, let's talk about Spider-Man. Let's talk about a friendly neighborhood superhero out there. Then that would have been the good announcement to all of a sudden be like, hey, bring out Kevin Feige, bring out maybe whoever, maybe John Watts if he's gonna do the third Spider-Man movie. So, whatever that would have been, but nope. Sony just nope. Ain't gonna happen, buddy. Just big old like this. Basically, this is what Sony did during D23. But I can't say that, to be honest. I'm disclaiming that because for all I know, maybe Disney said some shit to Sony and was like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna be like basically a big old fuck you to you, Sony, because we got Spider-Man. We're taking every away from you. And maybe Sony took that as an offense, like, yo, you know what? You can't control us completely, so maybe there was an argument. Maybe there was a disagreement, and Disney started it. Whoever started it doesn't matter at this point. Point is that it happened. Hopefully there's something better that's happened now. Like maybe there's been some progression, maybe some success a little bit. So fingers crossed. If there's anything that I missed and maybe there is a solution that I just didn't know about, let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to say, yo, I guess everything's good for Spider-Man. So that being said, folks, let me know in the comments below if there's you know what? I was going to ask like if you guys saw D23, if you what'd you like about it most, whatever the case is. But you know what? If you're free, feel free if you want to talk, if you want to say your opinion about, oh, I like this about D23 or not. But let me know in the comments, like let me know like some questions, because I seriously want to like make a Q&A for you guys. I know I'm going to do some top 10s and some reviews while making these videos, but I want some questions from you guys. I want to hear from you guys some questions, so that way I can do a Q&A and we can start doing some other stuff like that. Experiment with some things, because I'm still experimenting with ideas and whatnot, etc., etc., etc. So let me know some questions you want me to answer. Doesn't matter what it is. I'll answer it. Just don't get too weird with it. Just keep it sort of like a respectful sort of situation. I respect you guys, you respect me, vice versa. Whatever the case is, whatever you want to call it, I respect your opinions. You can respect mine. If you can respect my opinion, I can respect yours. So let me know some comments. Let me know some questions down below this video. I would start a hashtag, but I mean, it seems pointless for me to sort of be like, hashtag this if you want to ask them a question. Maybe, but that's not really worth it. If you guys just let me know down below some questions, maybe some comments you want to hear in a Q&A. I'll be free to do it in a Q&A, in a future Q&A. Whenever I get enough questions, that's when I'll do a Q&A. I don't know when I'll do it, but if I get a certain amount of Q&A questions, I will make a Q&A video, and it will be just sort of like a sort of lean back, sort of chill kind of like Q&A. So with that being said, folks, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to us videos every day, if not every week. Well, I'm trying to think what would be the next thing to sort of update you guys within this week, because I think either today, expect another video, or expect another video Thursday or Friday. Because real quick, you might see a video on Thursday, and I'm specifying Thursday a bit, because right there, Thursday. You can't see it from here, but Thursday over here, where Miss Marvel is my birthday. Now I'll be turning 18, so that's gonna be crazy, awesome, pretty good. Definitely gonna get some perks out of it. I hope some advantages and some benefits and all sorts of things like that. But that's gonna be, not that it's gonna be anything special or personal if I make, like, let's say I do a review of a certain movie. But I'm just saying I'll still do a video, even if like, let's say even if I'm just like home chilling, whatever, I'll do one, because why not? Friday, I don't know what's going on Friday. I might be doing a review of something. If not, I might be making a collab. Maybe doing a collab with Kal-El Estrada, aka Brandon. Hopefully, I hope. If not, then expect a review, or expect maybe like a video over in JNT Incorporated. So there's gonna be that. Saturday, the 21st. That is something you guys don't want to miss. Make sure you stay, not necessarily stay glued, but make sure you stay tuned and stay glued for the 21st of September, because that's when you're gonna see a video. You're gonna see a Smash Bros. You're gonna see not one but two Smash Bros. Videos. You're gonna see one on my channel, and you're gonna see another on the JNT Incorporated channel. So make sure you check those out. And if you want to notify yourself, like ring that bell, be notified of new videos every day, every week, new content. You can be notified of that as well. If you want to know like upcoming events, I click that bell so you can find out those streams and those videos and stuff like that, whatnot, etc., etc. So expect those. It's gonna be crazy fun. I'm gonna have my friends here, or I'm gonna have Jaden, some people over at JT Incorporated. So Jaden's gonna be here. We're gonna have Brandon's gonna be over here. Alex is gonna be over here. There's gonna be a few other people I know. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Some other people. I don't know if they want to be referred to by name right now, but we'll figure out details. But right now, there's gonna be like over almost 8 to 10 people gonna be there. They're gonna show up. So Brandon, Alex, Jaden, that's 3 right there. Expect a new, maybe possible YouTuber coming up by the name of KH Gaming. I will give you guys more details on who that is and what that's going to be about and everything in like another video. But make sure you look out for her. She's going to be really great. She's going to be fantastic. I have faith in her. I have hope in her. All that fun stuff. Yada. I'm not going to say yada yada. Yeah, maybe yada yada. Yeah, yada yada. But seriousness there. Make sure to look out for her. She's going to be an upcoming YouTuber, and I'm gonna try and kind of like give her that push to kind of that confidence of, hey, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So she's gonna be there, and like a bunch of other people that I know. I think I can't remember. I know someone else that has a YouTube channel. I can't remember her name. I'll leave a link in the description of all the names that are gonna be that the people, like the YouTubers, that are gonna show up at my party on the 21st. So expect that. All sorts of things, all sorts of new things coming within this month. All sorts of new and maybe some changes. Who knows? Maybe hopefully good. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.